Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. What's up, everyone? We are back with another episode. Our 50th episode in the house. We watch some things, lots of news, and some trailers. Okay, kids, let's have some fun. Francisco, and I'm here with the yin to my yang, the maple to my bar, the apple to my fritter, Andres.
What's up?
What's up, you tasty bastard?
You're a sweet morsel today. What's going on there?
Someone's man. Yeah, just getting through the day, buddy.
You sound a little congested, a little bit, maybe fighting something.
I got a little bit of something brewing,
but I guess 'tis the season. All right,
it's a good thing we're doing this over.
You're not coughing directly into my mouth. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Appreciated.
Wow, that's an image.
Is it?
All right, man. Hey, it's our 50th episode.
Yeah,
man, that flew by, huh?
Who would have guessed? And we're still friends. We're still friends.
I know.
Oh,
yeah, I know. I mean, I didn't doubt that part, but. It's so fun still, and I think we're getting better. I hope
if we're not getting better, we need to quit.
But yeah, I still love talking all this shit with you, and I appreciate you, and let's do many more.
I appreciate you too. I know our schedules are tough to line up sometimes, but we make it work, and when we do, it works. We have a great time every time, and it's like, damn, got to keep going, keep the train going. With that, still working on a stupid website eventually that'll get built. This shit's a blast for me, and I think the same for you. So pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely one of the highlights of the week for me.
Yeah. We work on it and talk about it all week. We're just our conversations, we'd go from talking about the things themselves to talking about how we're about to talk about those things themselves.
Yeah. Save it for
the pod, bro. Bro, keep that energy going. All right, man. So speaking of the pod, let's get it going. What do we got? The first section of what are we doing?
Yeah. News and tidbits.
All right.
It's a little sad. It's a lot sad. Big sad. Rest in peace to Lance Reddick. He's definitely like, if you're a nerd or like a genre TV shows or films, like, you know who he is, and he will be missed. He was in John Wick recently. He was also in Fringe.
Lost. He was also
The Wire.
A voice actor in a bunch of games like Destiny, and apparently like extremely popular for the last like 10, 15 years doing those.
Yeah. So he will be missed.
Dude, the shitty thing is,
rest in peace, Boils.
The saddest fucking thing is two things real quick. John Wick is about to come out, the fourth one. It's going to be huge. And apparently it's tracking like great numbers, and it's going to be the biggest one of the franchise. It's also the longest, and it's getting great reviews. And he passed away like a week and a half before it comes out nationally. And that just sucks, man.
I know, man. And I read a really interesting story. It made me kind of misty-eyed because he was talking about, before he passed away, he talked about Keanu Reeves, that he was on set of John Wick 4, Lance was, and he was going to see Keanu Reeves, but Keanu Reeves wasn't there. It was Keanu's birthday. But Keanu, on his birthday, went to go meet Lance to introduce his girlfriend to Lance. And he's like, "You came down here on your birthday? Then I'd love to be here with you. So yeah, I'm here on my birthday to introduce you to my girlfriend."
Jeez. That's it.
Yeah. He's like, that's the kind of guy Keanu was. And Lance appreciated
it.
Wow.
That is touching. Man, that sucks. But I guess the one thing out of it is he filmed like 2 or 3 other films already. So those are going to be coming in the next year or two, which will be kind of fun. And he's also a bigger character, I think, in that the next spinoff from John Wick, Ballerina, which stars Ana de Armas. I think you know her.
Yeah, I think I've heard of her.
So that movie's coming out, I think, maybe in a year or so. So you'll see him again. It's playing the same role, which is really cool. And I think he's in the Continental that the show based on. So he's got some stuff in coming up, which is really still really cool. But sucks. All right, okay.
Moving on. James Gunn is set to direct the next Superman movie, Superman Legacy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What do you think?
I mean, there's been.
I kind of figured he was going to, anyways.
Yeah, I think everyone's talking about that. I think it's rare for him to write something that he doesn't direct because he loves writing. Yeah. And this was just the inevitable follow up. And this is, I think, the thing that he was kind of waiting to drop because he knew he wasn't going to do a Batman. So I'm like, all right, here we go, Superman.
Yeah,
and I think this is gonna be like the pillar of like all of his DC work is gonna like start there. I think.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I was never like a big Superman, book reader.
Mm-hmm.
So and like the films were just so like the old ones were just so for me. So, but being James Gunn has actually got me more excited about Superman because he's quirky and weird and he'll do some off the wall shit, unexpected things.
It's not going to be conventional.
And that's what you need with Superman,
Especially nowadays. Like you just can't have a literal Boy Scout and people aren't going to be digging it. They're going to want to see some unexpected. They want to be a little surprised, maybe occasionally shocked. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. I hope he just does like a traditional superhero with his flavor on it and maybe have like 20% crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like don't go too far in one direction. Like
we don't need another Suicide Squad.
You got to ramp into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
I wonder who the villain's going to be though. Who do you want the villain to be?
Oh man.
I've wanted the same villain for years, but I've always wanted Brainiac.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, I think he'd be interesting. I think he's been underrepresented as a villain overall in like the films, and if you do it evil and crazy, it could be a lot of fun. And I think that's up James Gunn's alley to do something wacky and fun. But
I just hope he doesn't find like a sub-tier, like obscure villain that he knows that he thinks is cool, and like that we had to catch up to that. I kind of want like a main villain,
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that guy. But
yeah.
Right,
okay, moving on to the biggie. This is a big news to me. All right, man. Quentin Tarantino seems to have set his final film, according to him. Yeah. He's only making 10.
Supposedly.
And this one's a movie about a critic, or it's called The Critic. But what do you think?
I mean, his last film was about Hollywood, and this seems to be another film basically about Hollywood and filmmaking, like his it's like a love letter, and he loves this stuff, and that's like his favorite year. I think the 70s were his favorite decade for films, and it's about supposedly a critic who is in the 70s just doing her thing, and apparently she influenced like a ton of films, and people just I don't know. I'm curious what he does. So it's it's going to be some kind of a period piece love letter to Hollywood and filmmaking.
Yeah.
So that's on brand. But I'm kind of bummed because I'm like, man, I kind of wanted to do some more assassin films. Like, would it hurt you to do some more fucking samurai fucking fight scenes, dude?
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. And I was like, there's not going to be any guns.
Yeah.
There's no guns in this unless like he does his own retelling, like, oh, this critic, his life was a double agent, blah, 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 or whatever, but who knows? I just hope it's good. You hope he goes out with a bang.
He will, but he's not like he's stopping. Like, he's going to do this film. But I guarantee you, after he's done with this, we're going to see even more Tarantino content because it's going to give him time to just write. He's going to write books. He's going to write TV shows. I think he's not going to be directing much. He might direct some TV episodes here and there, So I think it's going to free him up to have more Tarantino content over the next 10 years. Because when you
Yeah.
direct a film, you're in a hole for like 2 years.
And he said before he would like to do a series like on Netflix or something.
Yeah, so that's kind of like cool. Just have fun, tell some stories, man. Because shit, all of his films are like 3 hours. Might as well do like a 4-hour Netflix miniseries at this point.
Yeah, I think and Netflix will break up their movies, or like they have like a super extended cut of the Hateful Eight. It's like 4 episodes. Each one is like an hour or something.
Yeah, and then apparently he wrote the TV show for Bounty Law. For that was like the fictitious show from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. So he loves to write. He's a writer. He's a writer. So yeah, it's cool that he's doing it on a critic. And we'll see what happens if there's going to be any pit bulls or flamethrowers.
Yeah, we'll get back to you in 2 years.
Yeah, we'll let you know when the trailer comes out. Exciting.
Okie dokie.
All right. Who do you think he's going to work with? Brad Pitt? Of course. He's got to have Brad Pitt in there, right?
Yeah. Brad Pitt. Who else would come back? I don't know, man. You think he would have some... He's not going to have Samuel Jackson in there.
Yeah, for sure. But,
he's got to have Sam. And maybe Uma. Bring Uma back.
That would be cool. What if she played the critic? That would be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah, but that would be really cool for that to be the nice cherry on top of his career. Yeah. Hopefully he gets Tim Roth, from Reservoir Dogs back in there a little bit.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. What else we got going on?
Moving back into the DC superhero realm. Warner Brothers and DC have set the 3 villains for the Penguin TV show that it's making on HBO.
Yeah. I was surprised. I was like, oh. Who are they?
We got Theo Rossi, best known for Sons of Anarchy. We got Michael Zegan. I hope that's how you say his name. From the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is the husband or ex-husband.
Yeah, Joel.
Pretty cool actor.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, Joel. And then we have James Medeo, The Offer. I don't know who that is.
I think that was that Paramount. Yeah, I don't know who he is though. But yeah. But it's cool because go ahead. This storyline with some of these characters, it's kind of going off of the Long Halloween stuff where some of these guys play like more like serial killer types and like crazy types, and so it's gonna get a little dark. It seems like the show is gonna go a little dark, and I wonder how much of this is gonna how much of this is gonna roll into the next Batman film, which shoots at the end of this year. So I think it's gonna be connected. I mean, clearly,
yeah,
but I think that'd be really cool. It just opens up more story possibilities.
I do like how Warner Brothers has done that recently with like they're doing that with Dune, and they're doing the one show with the witches or whatever.
Yeah.
And then of course Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, yeah. So I do like how they're expanding the worlds over there on the Warner Brothers side and DC.
That's what happens. So you own everything.
See? Yeah. As long as it's quality, we'll watch it,
Yeah.
So some of us will watch it anyways. Some of us will quit. Anyways, moving on. Okay, something that I know absolutely nothing about, except when you tell me, Gladiator 2 has signed the Denzel Washington to join the cast.
That's pretty wild.
That's insane.
I mean, Denzel.
He's Roman?
Yes, he's now an Italian Roman. Who knows? In Gladiator.
He's from Sicily?
Yes, that's it. Cool. What's crazy is, I mean, Denzel used to work with, Gladiator 2, being directed by Ridley Scott. And Ridley Scott's brother, Tony Scott, worked with Denzel quite often. So this is pretty cool that he's...
At least 3 films, right?
So it's really cool. But Denzel is going to bring some gravitas. He's probably going to be some kind of a leader. I don't know. I'm really curious.
Yeah. It'd be cool if he had some explosive dialogue, Get your soldiers off that mountain, or some shit like that. Off the hill.
I'm still curious. Like, do they really need to make this movie? Like, how much of a cash?
I mean, come on. Do you need a second taco? Come on. but you eat it. Come on, you eat the second taco.
Do you need the third donut? Of course.
Yeah, of course.
There's still some coffee here left to dip it into. Let's just get some of that coffee.
Yeah. You order a roll tacos, they give you 3, bro. You just gotta eat one roll taco. Come on.
It's not that's science.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. What's your problem?
So yeah, Denzel upping up the legitimacy of Gladiator 2. Because they need someone. They need someone to put on the poster because everyone else they have in the film so far, like who? Who's that? Who?
Yeah.
Okay.
And has it been good filming?
It might have actually. I think they did.
That's crazy. Like, oh, we're just gonna bring in Denzel during the middle of the shoot.
Get in there and get some fucking dialogue.
Yeah, like that's well planned out.
Make it legit. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next in?
Okay. In the shocker world, the shocker of the week. Surprise, surprise. Willow has been canceled. I can't even say that with a straight face. Bro, what the fuck?
Man, I'm up to like part of me is kind of like upset that we didn't even finish the first episode. It was just so like, what the shit? Like clearly the people who were responsible for the TV show did not watch the film. Like it just missed by like a mile. And I'm like, what is this? This is some weird teen fakey love, angsty, zero acting whatsoever from anyone. Everyone's got like a different accent. Some people are trying. Some people just came from the salon. Some people like nothing matched. This is everyone just showed up and they're like, say these words. And it was like, and then the fight scene. I'm like, what is this? And I was so looking forward to it. Even Christina, even afterwards, when we turned it off like halfway, she's like, I'm so sorry. Because she knew I was so looking forward to it. But I guess it's good that they kind of got the memo, like not to continue like doing subpar projects. I don't really know what to say on this one. I guess it's good. Hopefully they didn't. It's also probably really expensive, so that those numbers probably didn't add in there. But I guess it's just better that it's just out of my memory. There we go. There you go.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm glad finally you shut up so you can ask me what I am fucking pissed. I am pissed. I'm angry. These motherfuckers, I'm always giving you shit about quitting things, and these motherfuckers made me quit this show because it was so horrible. They're making me into a fucking liar, and I am pissed that they did that shit. How could you make something so horrible, man? I'm like, dude, I'll watch anything. And I didn't finish this.
It's true. You have like almost no standards, but I guess
so. This is the bottom.
The one,
basically,
the one fucking bottom of the barrel standard you had. It could not hold a candle to the show.
I finished one episode. At least I finished the episode, bitch. What do you gotta say about that?
Congratulations on your low barrel attempt.
Oh my god, I can't believe they made me quit. I'm so mad because I'll watch. And man, that's how bad it was. So yeah, I mean, it was like, am I watching The Descendants? What am I watching? Teen Witch Sabrina or something? What? I don't know. I never knew what we watched. But yeah, man, it sucks because I didn't want to keep watching because I didn't want it to tarnish the sweet memory that I had and the feeling of the first one, of the movie. You know, like, how dare you call this that? You know, so yeah, man, they went for it, or they went for something, and it wasn't what they thought, or the audience didn't connect because they were lied to. And yeah, dude, if they didn't even try to replace Matt Mardigan or give us a Matt Mardigan's son or something, I don't know.
If you give it a different name and you showed me that episode, like I would be like, yeah, I don't know what that is. You could have called it like fucking Dude in the Mountains with a sword. I don't know, whatever it's called. Sword and sorcery. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's not for me. But you say, Willow, I'm there. And then I'm like, that was not Willow, you fuckers. You fuckers. Anyways. All right, hey, save some of that energy for the trailers because I have a feeling we're going to have some energy going into the trailer for someone.
Don't get me started.
Oh man, that's a good
All
preview.
right.
All right, moving on.
All right, moving on. What we watched.
What we watched. Yeah, man. I'm excited for this one. What are
Mando. Mando. Season 3, episode 3.
Yes. All right,
Go
dude.
ahead. Get your nuts off.
We're just gonna talk for like not even a minute, and then we're just gonna go straight into spoilers. I can't see it going any other way.
Okay.
And I'll circle back with how long people need to fast forward on the streamers for this one. But all right, dude, fire away. Episode 3. What were your impressions and thoughts?
I liked it. It was different. It was like 2 different shows, kind of. So I appreciate the ambition. I mean, like the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes is amazing, and then it shifts gear, and it's like at first I was a little like, oh, is that all the fun that we get, kind of thing. And it was interesting, to say the least. I see what they were trying to do, but I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't know if I want my my Andor with my Mando. I just want my Mando.
I hear you. I think one of the things was for me. Well, let me all start this. I super dug it. I was like, this is cool. They're taking some chances. This is very different.
Mm-hmm.
I see the vibes they're trying to sprinkle in here. I'm not sure it was completely consistent with the show, but it's like I think they should have like slowly introduced that type of storytelling, like in smaller bites, not like one big in your face. Like, what just happened here?
Yeah, especially since like Andor is so good at that, like like that. It's like the highest level, and then Mando is like so good at this other thing. It's like when Michael Jordan went to play baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jordan won championships, but then he went to go play baseball, and he couldn't even get off the minor league squad. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. So okay. I'm like, bro, just stick to be Michael Jordan on the basketball court. That's what I want Mando to be.
Oh man, I'll say like the first that opening sequence, I was like, dude, like they like leveled up that whole thing. I was like, that's how you open an episode. Like that was like so good looking. And then when that was finished,
amazing.
And when it was done, I turned to Christina like, they just blew their entire budget in the first like 5 minutes of this episode. And then all of a sudden, poof, it went into like this other shot. I'm like, nope, still got more budget. Because they went to a whole other place with a whole other pile of money that they're spinning. And I was like, Jesus, this is
yeah,
like, whoa.
All the way up to when they went to the Senate or the audience, the speech.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it was immaculate.
I was
immaculate. Yeah.
But let's get into spoilers, man. I want to talk some story with you. I have some questions. Right. Maybe you can help me with some of them. Yeah. All right. So starting the spoilers. Here we go. Spoiler time for Mandalorian. All right, listeners, fast forward 10 minutes. We spoiled the crap out of things for 10 minutes. So fast forward 10 minutes or not. Enjoy.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So the Mind Flayer. Does that remind you of anything? Little Stranger Things action? You think they would have changed the name? They had some time. Like they had like 7-8 months to change the name from the Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
But apparently
the amnesia machine?
Yeah, it's the one.
Yeah. I don't want the amnesia machine. Say change it. I agree with you.
But that was pretty dark. Like this show got a little dark. This show got a little Mando and Andor. And then all right.
I remember him, but I don't remember the other person that kind of like stabbed them in the back.
I had to look up her name was like Alaya Kane or something like that. Uh-huh. So her last name's Kane. And apparently I had to look it up. She actually was in last season. She like had a very minor role in last season serving Moff Gideon. And now this whole thing and some pretty loose practices where they just let anyone kind of hang out in the control room and turn from like the thing from like a 2 to a 10 to melt someone's brain. There's not a lot of controls there. You know what I mean?
There's not the protocols
little
seem
loose,
a little shaky.
little loose.
I'm like, also, you're letting this rehabilitated person do this? It's not even like
next to the murder button. Like,
they're
a little short staffed there to stop her.
Yeah. You don't think she has an agenda? You think like she's the one that told on him?
And all right, do you think she is good, bad, neutral? Like, what do you think her motivations are? Because I have no idea.
She's working for somebody. I think she's working for somebody.
Like, is she
nefarious?
Is she still like a true believer? And she's like, I gotta fry this dude because he has some information that I don't want them to get a hold of. Because homie's doing some cloning action, apparently. The whole, what's it called? The whole Palpatine cloning thing and whatever that bullshit was. Apparently this guy might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know what like her overall like plan is or agenda, but I do know that she gives me the don't trust that bitch vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Is it because her arms are buffer than yours?
Nah, that doesn't bother me. It's her her face. Like she's got something hidden behind there.
Sure.
She has, I feel like she hasn't been forthcoming with all the info. I'm like, at first she didn't tell him that she got him the biscuits. You know, it was kind of like, oh, where do you think I got the biscuits from? I'm like, oh.
How funny was that? Fucking not just biscuits, but like this murder machine of the Empire. It has like these plastic individually wrapped fucking biscuits with a little sticker on top just for him. Like that's some fucking care package shit. That's some shit you get when you go to the top floor of the Hilton. They have that shit on your pillow, and like the Empire just has these fucking pillow biscuits.
I wonder if they're like fortune cookies where like you're like, you may kill one person today, but you have more to kill tomorrow. Some shit like that, you know, like with these fucking fortunes.
Rest easy. Keep your trigger finger real rested.
Yeah. Keep your gun cocked and one eye open. Yeah. I don't know, man.
More murder opportunities await.
She didn't pass a smell test for me as far as like she's not gonna be on the good side.
Probably not. That's what's kind of nice. And and so there was that. And I'm like, all right. And that was kind of cool. And like, they're building up to some other B story that we've never ever seen. I'm curious if this B story is leading into another show or another thing. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's all a little random. And I don't see Mandalorian stuff being super involved in this world because they're just like black lightsabers stabbing each other on planets with water pits. You know what I mean? That's not really involved with like this cloning motherfucker. But I don't know. I'm curious where it goes. The opening got me, and
the end was good too.
They did that morally gray area where the government, the United States government, recruited Nazi scientists. I remember I was telling Christina afterwards, like, this is crazy. The U.S. government recruited those dudes to work on like NASA and shit after World War II, and now here the Alliance is recruiting former Empire scientists that used to build murder machines to like help them do I don't know what exactly, unclear. But I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, the New Republic, man, they're not really set up to last. They're not got. I don't think they got all their.
I don't think they were prepared for the success that quickly. They were like, "Oh shit, we got to gather some emails. We got to send out some chain letters to be like, can y'all show up to work tomorrow to fucking show us how to use these power plants?" And they had their organization skills is like, "Oh no."
And they're like, we're not really bad, you know, like we're not bad like those guys, you know, kind of. I'm like, well, I mean, everybody's shady in some way, form or capacity, you know. Fucking the New Republic.
They were not.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, but yeah, they're kind of like, shit. We're a little short staffed here too, so we'll just let people into the murder room and just trust that they won't push the wrong buttons. And,
you know, I just from my point of view, like, the Empire definitely doesn't sound like the friendliest of fucking entities, but the New Republic doesn't either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, hey, come to the New Republic. I'm like, that still has a lot of like overtones to me. You know, like I don't know.
The
It
Happy
doesn't
Fuzzy
really sound
Republic.
democracy or I don't know, or freedom or I don't know, like I don't know what kind of name would make me feel kind of safe or like we got this.
The Happy
You know?
Fuzzy fucking Bunny Club. For
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
With lightsabers.
The free states. I don't know that either. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what would make me feel comfortable, but the New Republic doesn't make me feel good either.
I hear you. But yeah, I'm curious. It'd be really cool if the storyline just went away for like another 4 weeks and came back towards the end and then went into something. I don't know. I'm really curious where the story is going to go. But
I'll tell you one thing I am liking about this season so far is that the episodes are longer. I'm like, yeah, because there's been like 2 or 3 weeks in a row where I'm like, oh, is this still on? You know, like, oh man, I got another 10 more minutes. Sweet.
it's pretty cool. I like the fact that I don't even look how long it's going to be. I just sit and push play, and however it goes, it just goes, and I'm along for the ride. And
Yeah, for sure.
so far, 3 for 3 for this season. 3 for 3. Any other final thoughts on the Mandalorian?
It's gonna be interesting to see what the Bo-Katan relationship develops into because she's like, oh, you know, she's not one of the people that the new what are they called? The new
She's like in a different sect of like
yeah.
they got their own rules, and now she's like, shit, I'm with these. She's like in one religion,
Yeah.
and she's got forced to join another, and she's like, shit, I guess I could not even eat on Fridays for a couple weeks. We'll see how this shit goes.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wonder how that develops, and I'm wondering if she's kind of like plotting, like, oh, I can, because Jim, it's been taking some L's, you know, like, and Bo-Katan looks pretty strong, so she could challenge for leadership, or I wonder if she's going that route, or if she's gonna stick to Mando and kind of like be a sidekick. But she's not really a sidekick kind of person, so
I don't know, man. She had her
I
own
don't know.
like castle looking thing. I think she doesn't want to give all that up. I'm pretty sure she wants to like have
Yeah,
her
be the
private
one.
bathroom, and you know what I mean. She
Yeah.
wants her executive washroom privileges. She doesn't want to be working for someone else. I mean, fuck, man. Look at her ship. Her ship was the shit compared to
Yeah.
everyone else. So I think she's got some standards she wants to uphold, and we'll see how that ends up. And super curious. It's got to go bad. It's got to, right? It can't be all like smooth sailing. That's boring. So
Yeah, something's gotta happen.
yeah, and it's gonna. I'm pretty sure. All right. Any other final thoughts?
No, just looking forward to the next one.
Agree. All right, take us into the next one.
All right, next we got a little show on a little streamer, Apple Plus. We got Ted Lasso season 3, episode 1.
Did you cry?
I did not cry. I
Okay.
did not. I don't think this was a tearjerker episode, but there was a couple moments like, damn it. Oh, I feel for you, Ted. But yeah, I like it. I mean, I like the first season of Ted Lasso was its own thing. You know, second season was cool. This season, I mean, I'm excited for it and stuff like that. But like the show that really has like my heartstrings is a Shrinking Show on Apple Plus.
Yeah. So Apple's got causing you.
Yeah, man, it's like it's in deep. I'm like, is it out yet? I'm like a crackhead. I'm like, oh, it's Thursday. Are they gonna release it on Thursday? Come on. Oh yeah, baby, please give me the juice. And yeah, it's been coming in on Thursdays. Let me tell you. And so I'm like a fiend. I'm like, I watched it. Oh my god, I need to watch it again. But I like Ted Lasso. And we'll see how the season goes. And I love football. As you know, I'm a big fan of football, the one that you kick. And so there's, you know, football's not really the star, but hey, whenever I see a little round ball and they kick it, I like it.
People who don't know, I've never watched a single episode of Ted Lasso, so I'm totally like on the outside.
Oh, you don't know shit, huh?
I know it's about football in somewhere in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
And then that's all I know. That's it. That's all I know.
Here's a little like premise. This guy is a coach for a college football coach, like American football, and then this lady owner of a team from the second or third division of of the Premier League in the UK hires him basically to kind of like major league the team. You know what I'm saying? Like to manage it to suck more, kind of thing. But he kind of like changes the whole aspect. Remember Major League?
The Major League. Yeah. So
when the lady owner hired this guy or to fuck it up more.
Lou, that's basically tire shop. There's Lou speaking.
Yeah. Basically, that's what the soft beginning premise is, and it turns into something else.
All right, I want to check it out. I mean, people seem to love it, so
yeah. And it's a warm blanket for your warm blanket ass.
Only for like the last year, I've been saying I'm gonna get Apple. I'm gonna get Apple.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it took you that long for Hulu.
It did.
Did they need to make another Predator movie for fucking Apple?
Yeah, it's exactly what they need to do. And man,
oh, maybe that Martin Scorsese movie will make you get it.
Ooh, which has been delayed by God only knows how long. But yeah, that might be it. But cool. All right. Well, hopefully, I'll watch some Ted Lasso so we can talk about it together.
Yep. All right, man. Cool. Moving on. You put me onto this on Hulu, a documentary called The Donut King. All right, man.
Dude, I saw a trailer for this like maybe a year ago or something. It just kind of fell off. And for some reason, I've been craving donuts lately. And then for some
I'm craving a donut right now.
Just watching like the first like minute or so of that is this like donut porn. I was just like, And it was cool is coming from Southern California, there's a big donut culture in Southern California, which is like growing up in like the 80s, 90s, like tons of like donuts. And it was mostly like run by like Asian families. And I never understood like why pretty much all donut shops run by Asian families. I just thought, whatever, I don't know. But this goes into like the history of this one dude who kind of started and pushing it during like, was it the 70s, I think? And then mid 70s, late 70s. And the story goes crazy because it goes back to his childhood and the wars and him being an immigrant. And they even show footage of them being like evacuated and these immigrant
refugees.
The refugee camps that they build at Camp Pendleton, and they show them like building like these giant refugee camps at Camp Pendleton. Like we've both driven by plenty of times, and then how out of that they grew into like members of the community, and then he joined, got a job at Winchell's because he wanted to learn how to make donuts, and from that he kind of did his own thing, and then from there this dude Uncle Ted grew his business into like all across Southern California by hosting and like sponsoring other families. And there's like this big heart behind the story, and it kind of it takes some twists and turns, and it goes into like a generational aspect of it all. But what are some more of your thoughts on the film?
It was crazy as far as like his story and like his triumph and his defeat, and like there's a lot of stuff in there that it's not all fun and games. Let me tell you, there's some pretty tragic stuff in there from being kind of like forced to leave Cambodia as a refugee to some of the pitfalls of success that he ended up having towards the end. But it was a great story. I don't want to give anything away, but I mean, it's worth a watch. And if anything, you get some pretty cool shots of some donuts.
Dude, it was crazy. And then like just that, but I was like, are they going to kind of like, because donuts have really, how do I say this? They've had like a revitalization in the last like 5 to 10 years. Like seeing all these fancy donut shops come up where like donuts used to cost like 50 cents to like maybe $1. And now they're like $2 or $3 because they have like double stuffed Oreo cookies and crusted into them. And they get faces and all kinds of crazy shit. And they're like, damn, fancy. Yeah. And the cronut also was a big one. And they kind of get into that. It's so cool seeing like the history of like this from a cultural standpoint too, of like people's eating habits and like the fancier food and social media they kind of get into. I'm like, this is really well done. It's like an hour and a half, the documentary. And if you grew up in Southern California at all, or is interested in donuts and like what happened and why Dunkin' Donuts is trying to do its thing, and it's wild. It's a show about donuts. It's really compelling.
Yeah. I had mixed feelings watching it because I just remember The fucking slander that you brought on to the conchas and the concha community does not forget,
Yo,
fucker. So,
good.
um, bro, like you were just like you got a hit of that sugar, baby, and then that's it. Then you got
That was it.
that was it.
That was it.
And you don't know what it's like to have a fresh made concha with some café con leche from abuela, and I mean, dip it in the café con leche. But whatever, dude. Fuck your donuts.
When I was a kid, my adopted Cambodian brothers and sisters treated me better than my adopted Mexican families treated me better because some of us gave us open
Slander.
arms with some nice, warm, beautiful donuts, and others were trying to shove this sand and
We had donut shops too, but they were Mexican
Oh my god!
donut shops, and they had tortas, that breakfast tortas, and they would they would cook the ham inside the croissant and cheese. You had those?
Yeah, they had some of that. They also had, but mostly it's cup of noodles. I had cup of noodles at the donut shops. When I go to donuts for breakfast, come back for a cup of noodles at lunch. That's the donut shop. That's the lifestyle back then. When you're like a fucking kid in like high school and middle school.
We had churros. We had not the fucking the fluffy sweet churros. I'm talking about churros with the hot sauce and the lemon and the crunchy ones.
Yeah,
bro, you don't know what you're missing, dude.
No, I had that shit. I passed on that shit.
Yeah, it passed you. It passed you.
Good. It can stay gone.
Oh,
I need this guy. Deliciousness. Shit, you probably go to Disneyland and get fucking upset at the churros at Disneyland. Like, how dare you?
No culture, Andres. That's your new nickname,
bro. I got all the culture I need right here with my donuts. You got maple bars. You got old fashions.
What is your favorite? What's your favorite donut?
Bro, I love the simplicity of a maple bar. Dunking it straight into coffee or milk. I love that shit.
Yeah. I like the old fashioned, but not the round one. You know, it's like the little
buttermilk. Like the buttermilk. It's like a loaf, a little loaf. I love that one with the maple.
Because the crunchiness.
I like the old fashioned with maple too, because it's got the crunchy and the maple. Oh my god. Yeah, I like the texture, the fluffiness of a maple bar versus the texture of like an old fashioned. Those are the two that I usually get one of each. That's pretty much my go-to because I can't decide. Do I want the texture or the fluffiness? And I just get them both.
All right.
Donut
Enough
King.
of the donut.
Donut King on Hulu.
Yeah.
Check it out.
We got trailers.
Trailer time. All right, man. So I know you were real excited for this one. Just give me your thoughts on The Little Mermaid.
First up, The Little Mermaid. Oh my god! Like, I don't want to offend anybody that has like these fond childhood memories of Ariel and blah 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 other stuff, but damn, this movie does not look like all the different parts belong together. I'm like, I'm so confused watching this trailer. I'm like, Javier Bardem's dad, and then I don't know, he's like flexing all the time, and I don't know, bro. Like, I don't like the trailer makes no sense to me. I don't know, like I rub my head and my forehead because I'm like trying to put the pieces together, and I'm like, and they made it a musical, and I'm like, oh man, it just looks so bad, dude, so bad. And like like it's dark, but it's colorful at the same time. I don't know. Sometimes it looks like they cut from a scene where they're in the ocean and they were doing like a musical number to like a live action shot of a person running through a hallway in a castle or something. And it's like, what? Like these are two different movies. How are they going to merge that? And like that was like the most abrupt cut in the whole trailer. Is like, that's one movie and this is another movie over here, and they're just gonna ram it together. I don't get it, man. It looks horrible, dude. It looks horrible.
I agree. It looks questionable. I don't remember much of the first movie. I remember it's not my thing. This trailer was like, some shots are kind of nice, but they look like they had nothing to do with the other stuff. And I was like, what? And the film's not done yet, but I think it's coming out kind of soon-ish. So maybe there's time to kind of put those together better. But I mean, tonally, it's like all over the place. And then, like you said, Javier Bardem.
I wonder what the Ursula is going to look like.
Just probably look like the cartoon one.
But how does that fit?
I don't know, man. You know what sucks is it's directed by Rob Marshall, who's done some pretty cool films. He did Chicago.
He's also done some turds too.
Like what?
Let me Google it. I'll show you right now.
Dude, Chicago was great. That's like the first musical film that I saw, and I was like, this is good. And I think because the cinematography and the choreography in Chicago are fantastic. That movie's great. But man, this movie looks rough. And I'm not even sure if I'll watch this on Disney Plus. I mean, this looks like a direct to Disney Plus kind of thing. And they've been talking about this film for years. And then there was like the controversy with her being cast, and people should be more controversial with Javier Bardem. Like, what is he doing here? He feels more out of place than anyone else.
Rob Marshall directed Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Oh, God.
The Thin Man.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Johnny Depp movie. Into the Woods. Was not good.
Oh, come on.
It was not good.
There's some funny shit in that movie.
And Mary Poppins. This is like his fifth.
Ooh, that Mary Poppins sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, that was rough. We saw that shit in the theaters and we were almost walked out. Oh man. Anyways.
Yeah. Fifth. This is like his fifth Disney movie. Huh, interesting. Not a fan. I will pass.
There you go. Well, we'll see what your daughter has to say about that. Moving on.
Oof. Stop. Fucking stop.
All right. What's the next trailer?
Next one. An interesting looking movie on Netflix called Beef.
Series, yeah.
Looks interesting. I like Ali Wong and I like Steven Yeun.
I like him more than her. I think she's good.
I really enjoy her stand-up.
I think some of her stuff's better than others. I think I like her way more than I don't like a lot of stuff. I think when she gets when she does jokes that like anyone can do and are not unique to her, it's kind of like, eh. But when she gets funny, she's funny. And as an actress, 50-50. I like her in Little Pieces. I didn't like that film. Always Be My Maybe. It was like, there's not enough, I think, for either of them to do. It just kind of felt stale real quick. Yeah. I like them in small bites, not like as a main course. It didn't work.
Yeah.
But this looks like they might have a better formula because this is like 30-minute episodes. They're in, they're out. And it looks like every episode is going to be these two people like have encounters and hate each other. So each episode is going to be about revenge of like little petty fucking strangers just being shitty to each other for like 30 minutes in some unique way.
What I can tell from the trailer, just so the audience so they know, is like basically like it shows two different people basically having a miserable time in their lives, and they have an altercation in the parking lot, and that's kind of like sets everything in motion as far as like, oh yeah, well fuck you too kind of relationship they have. And it's pretty interesting where they're gonna try to outdo each other and just like, mess each other's lives up. And it's the way it looks like it's all fueled from just their extreme unhappiness with their own personal life.
Yeah, they're taking that on each other.
Yeah, nothing to do with the other person. It's just like
refocus it.
Yeah. Why are you projecting, bro? Why are you projecting? That's what I would say. Hey, stop projecting on me, fool.
It looks well done. It's from A24, the same production company that just won Academy Award for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So it could have some really,
They made X.
Oh yeah, there you go. They do interesting stuff, and if it keeps it along with that energy, it looks interesting. It could be good. It could be good, and it's A24, and it's gonna be on Netflix, so they can do some. Yeah, hopefully have some fun with it.
A side note: if you guys haven't seen the trailer for this movie called The Lamb by A24, it's out there. It's out there, guys. I don't know. I can watch it. I can't watch it. I don't think I can watch it. The movie. But I watched the trailer and I was like, fuck. Who greenlit this? Because it's wild. So if anybody wants to watch something crazy, watch the trailer for Lamb and let me know what you think. You should watch it, Andres. Lamb.
Okay. I'll check it out. We'll put it on for next week. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. What we got next?
We should do a Lamb segment next week.
Okay.
Just for the trailer. All right. New to the list.
New to the list.
All right. We have first off the elephant in the room. By the end of this week, Succession comes back to start its last season. So we got that. But we also have a more of a genre type show that I really enjoyed the first season of, Yellow Jackets Season 2 on Showtime, starring Melanie Linsky, Christina Ricci, and Juliette Lewis, and a bunch of other actors that I don't know. But I really like season 1, and I'm ready to get back in there, man.
Dude, what's it about? I've seen the pictures. I don't have Showtime. What's it about?
All right, so season 1, it's basically following 2 timelines, right? I think it's the early 90s, and it's a soccer team, and they're gonna fly to nationals or whatever, and then they're flying, and there's a plane crash, and they crash in the middle of nowhere, presumably somewhere in the Northwest, in the woods, and then the present day timeline kind of follows the survivors' time, but something happened up there, and it's kind of like a mystery.
Started eating each other and shit. I seen that movie.
How do they survive? Where's everybody else
eat each
at?
Other.
Where's everybody else at? Why is that person really fucked up? Where'd that baby come from? There's questions, Andres. And so season 2.
You think I would dig it?
I think you would. I think you'd be intrigued, and the performances are really good.
Cool.
And it's nothing. It's jacked up, but it's nothing like, super gory like Saw or anything like that. But it's interesting, and it's got enough suspense and thriller to be like, yeah, give me that sauce. All right.
Okay. All right. What's next?
March 24th. All right. Next, we got on Apple Plus a new show called Extrapolation Season 1, just premiered March 17th. And this is a show about how climate affects us. But it's interesting because each episode is a year, like a different year. So it starts like, say, the first episode is like 2030. Then the next episode is 2047. And then, it just keeps ramping up. So it's a progression in the climate change. And each episode is a different year. And it's called Extrapolations. And it's starring Sienna Miller, Meryl Streep, Kit Harington, Matthew Reese. I saw what's the guy from Worm from Rounders, American History X.
Oh, Edward Norton.
The Hulk, Edward Norton. Yeah. I think I saw him. He's in there too. Meryl Streep, man. Dude, the cast looks crazy. So I'm excited to see it.
Cool. Another reason to get freaking Apple.
Apple, man, sucker.
All right. What else we got?
All right. Couple quick ones, because I don't know what the excitement level is at. But Perry Mason Season 2 on HBO Max. I enjoyed Season 1. Did you watch?
I think we got halfway through Season 1. And for some reason, we didn't not enjoy it. It's fucking dark. Like, I was like, okay, this is going to be kind of a cool thing. But, dude, it
was dark.
And I'm like, I don't know. This is, oh, man.
I watched the first episode of Season 2, and it's not like that. It's more like
traditional detective.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't go the route of the baby,
Yeah, I don't know, but it was cool. I mean, it was really, really well done. So I'd be curious about seeing
the production value is still there.
It looked great, and everything was great. But all right, what's the next thing?
Carnival Row Season 2, Amazon Prime. Were you a fan of the first season?
Yeah, and we actually started watching part of the second season, and then man, there was like so many moving parts as they opened up season 2. We're like, oh yeah, who's that? Wait, what? So we stopped it and we're like, shit, do we need to rewatch part of season 1 because there's a lot going on. And this is season 2 is the series finale, so they're finishing it. And I think it actually aired the last episode already.
Yeah, I think it's all on there now.
So I think there's probably gonna be some spoilers and shit like that, so watch out for that. But the production and it's pretty cool. Like I really enjoyed the first season. It took a little bit to get into the first season, but once it started going, we're like, this is pretty good. This is cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna get back into it. I think I just have to like close the window on some of these other shows that I need to finish. All right. Next up, we got double feature.
Double feature, double. All right. So what is the theme from this week?
The theme, since we talked about some cloning on Mando, we're gonna go with clone movies.
You know what sucks? Is I realized like 2 or 3 of my choices, I think at least 3 of my choices, the idea of clone, it's kind of like a spoilery thing. Like it doesn't open up going, this movie's about clones. So I was like, shit. Oh, so really? I don't know how to really talk about.
Oh, I know one of them is like that.
I got 3. I got 3, and I'm like, shit. And I don't know. Oh man, I feel kind of.
How old are they? If they're old, bro,
I'm gonna do the 2 older ones. Well, man, yeah, I'm gonna do 2 older ones that like if you haven't seen this already, you suck. And there's one other one I'm not gonna mention just because it's like a sleeper, and people who watch it are like, oh shit. Maybe me and you will talk offline. Okay. But go ahead. I have an idea what I think yours is going to be. So far away.
Really?
What is your clone film?
My clone film is a little movie called Jurassic Park.
Oh, all right. You didn't go where I thought you were going to go.
That's right. If we're going to watch some clone shit, we're going to watch the best clone shit. That movie still rocks. Like every time I see it, it looks better than before. I don't know how he did it. Like that, and it's amazing. It ages better.
It's because they spent a lot of time on it, and there's only like 50 or 60 visual effect shots of like the digital dinosaurs and the entire thing. Yeah. Versus if you have a film now, it's like 2,000. So somewhere something's gonna break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Jurassic Park, dude. What's crazy is I think in the last year, Christina read the book because she hadn't read Jurassic. We watched the film like dozens of times. So I think we usually watch it like once a year. It's awesome. And we love watching that. And we'll go straight from that into Jurassic World. Like you could skip the other ones in the middle. If you just want an awesome 1-2 punch, go to Jurassic Park and then go to Jurassic World. Those things are banging. Love it. As far as like sequels go, oh, so good. And then this is not talking about the other Jurassic World sequels. But
so what do you got?
All right, I got another one where this isn't a massive spoiler. You kind of figure out early. This was like, but it's just a good movie. And this might have been at the time. And it still just might be Michael Bay's best film, The Island. Like, I think me and you watched this together.
I think we did. Because we're like, Scarlett Johansson? Yes, sir.
This is, I think, the first film I saw her in that I really liked her. I've seen her in other stuff, and she didn't really, I don't know, there's something about it. But this film, like, she played it like straight and really good. I'm like, damn, she's good. And
McGregor's really good too.
He's great in this film. His accents and shit. Yeah. And, oh man, and Sean Bean as the bastard again.
Yeah, I guess surprise.
And this is like Michael Bay's smart movie. You know what I mean? Like there's like things happening and there's like the photography's cool and it gets kind of dark and there's like themes throughout and it just kind of goes. It's a great adventure. And like Steve Buscemi shows up for a bit. And you're like, this is fucking good. And like you're just into the whole chase thing. And then it just all comes to an end a head to an end. It's good. This movie's like, it's got some stuff. There's only like there's a couple of weak parts. Like the main Damien Hinsu, I always get his name wrong at the very end. Does a bit of a 180 randomly all of a sudden. I'm like, wait, what? Like, like, okay. But other than that, the movie is like, it's a hell of a cool movie. It looks fantastic. The designs are cool. It's like this massive facility they're filming in. I don't even know how they shot half that stuff. Yeah. It was like, it felt good. Like, they're just like, damn, it felt like you were there. Not like all digital. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool. Like this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone top to bottom was like all the supporting actors. They all had like little memorable roles, and they were all kind of funny, and they all served purposes later on. When you're like, oh, the dumb dude. Well, I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, it's pretty fucking good. This movie's great. Yeah. So those are two really cool cloney type two shows. Like one you clone because you want to have like a fucking zoo, petting zoo. The other one you clone because you want to live forever.
Yeah. That's cool.
But yeah, that was fun.
I remember walking out of the theater like, that was really cool. We were giving Michael Bay all kinds of props after that.
Yeah, he needed a W.
Yeah. Mr. fucking continuity himself.
Yeah, he had someone working on set, keeping it under control. But yeah, this movie was dope.
Yeah. Good job, bro.
You too.
All right. All right.
Take us out of here. I think for next week, though, listeners, if you've made it this far, we're going to do some fun stuff for our 50th episode. But last week, we ended up doing a double episode. So this ended up being the 50th episode, not episode 49 as originally planned. So we'll do some fun stuff next week, I think.
Sounds good.
For a double feature, especially.
Yeah. Can't wait.
The romance is real. All right.
Yeah. And it won't stop. Well, that's our show, everybody. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. Are we missing something you like? Question mark. Let us know. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Have a great week. Two nerds. One bite. Let's go. Bottles.